Fruits and figs here. We're going to take a look at some figs in a local arboretum that I found that died back completely to the ground. I always wondered what happens if your figs are outside, they die back to the ground in a cold winter. We probably had single digits this year. This is in southeast Pennsylvania, zone probably 7A, 6B. What happens to figs? Will they grow back? Will they fruit? Well, we're going to take a look at these figs and just see how they're doing. Let's take a look. Look at these figs. Completely died back to the ground. We've got stalks that are about 4 feet tall, doing really well. And have just the beginnings here, in some cases, of figless. You see that little fig? This is the end of June, and towards the bottom we see some tiny little figs. These were dead, completely all back to the ground. That little fig that takes 60 days for it to completely mature and grow means that this plant is going to have fruit. Completely died back, and you'll see a lot of these stems at the juncture of the leaf have a double bud. One will be a fig, one will be a shoot. How well will these do? We'll see. None of these have been pinched, so you can see here's more little figs growing. Little figs. Again, little fig growing and a bud. So these figs are doing tremendous. Again, little figs. So died completely back to the ground, and you can see more than 4 feet tall. This is a patch that's probably 20 feet wide and 15 feet to 20 feet long. Really a huge patch of figs. All one plant, believe it or not. Doing really well. This could have hundreds of figs by the end of the season. Will they ripen? That's what I'm going to find out. You can follow along. Here we are, end of June. Let's take a look at some of the other figs in the area. This is Celeste. And as soon as I came up on it, I saw this thing has got little figs growing. Little fig there. Little figlets there. Here we are, end of June, no pinching. No pinching at all. And this thing is sprouting figs. So much energy inside that it's got little figs growing already. Little fig there. Amazing. Down below, look at these figs. This one was dead to the ground. No chance at all, it seemed. Doing great. See, that's about a 3 foot by 3 foot mound. No attention, and it's doing great. This is brown turkey. Same as the Celeste, only here we don't see any figs on the nodes. See a couple of double bumps. Looks like that could turn into a fig and a shoot here. Let's get that in focus. Fig and a shoot. Here's hardy Chicago. Down deep inside, we're seeing there's a few little figlets. Little figlet there. Down below, little figlet there. All the way in the bottom. Again, there we go. A node with a figlet coming out. There's a double node. Only about 2.5 feet tall. This hardy Chicago is doing pretty good. Again, died completely back to the ground. So folks, if you want to plant these outside, in zone 7, zone 6A and B, I think you're going to see the same kind of results. Lastly, we have green Isha. This one is growing really broadly, spreading way out, but not as mature as the others. I don't see the same quite swollen double bumps. I think it's going to take longer. So the winner here from this patch is definitely Celeste. I think followed by hardy Chicago, then brown turkey, and green Isha is coming up the rear. Well, here's the last of the fig trees. You can see this one's a good 5 foot mound. It's got a ton of branches. They left the old branches. They didn't cut these back. So you could see complete dieback. You could see last year there were some figs all dried out. I don't know if they matured. Probably didn't ripen. But here we've got growth that's upwards of 3 feet tall. And we've got some double bumps here in the joints. There's that double bump. One's going to become a fig. We'll see if this thing sends out any figs. They just left it for decoration. There it is, another one here. Not seeing any figs popping off yet, but I'm sure by the end of the season we will. Here we are at the end of June. Got some nice double bumps here. That's going to form into a fig, I guess, in the next 2 weeks. And then 6 weeks later, by September, we're going to have ripe figs down towards the bottom. So if you want to let your figs die, if you don't have the chance to bring them in, put them in the ground, there's a lot of hope here, folks. This is Fruits and Figs signing off for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it and subscribe.